to you by
youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
A very good evening. Thank you for joining us for the 10 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight. My name is Wadulo Arnold. Mark and Dorothy Namuyomba is on sign language. It's going to be another hours-long bulletin, so do sit tight. Let's give you the updates from the events today. To start off, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has urged all the women in Uganda to continue nurturing children by instilling in them values that will enable them to become patriotic Ugandans. President Museveni wants women to teach children the value of being hardworking, honest, and trustworthy to enable them to be corruption-free. The president was speaking to the women under Mothers Union of Buganda in a message delivered by the Prime Minister, Robina Nabanja.
The women under the Mothers Union of the Anglican Church have today concluded their annual conference at Kabulasoke Primary Teachers College in Gomba District. The Prime Minister of Uganda, Robina Nabanja, represented President Yoweri Museveni at the conference held under the theme, Being a Woman of Value. In a speech read by the Prime Minister, Museveni urged all the women in Uganda to continue nurturing children by instilling in them values that will enable them to become patriotic Ugandans.
I also encourage you to continue nurturing your children by instilling in them values that will enable them become patriotic Ugandans. Teach them the value of being hardworking, honest, trustworthy, to enable Uganda be corrupt-free.
The annual conference attracted over 600 women from the 7 dioceses in the Uganda region to share ideas on how to improve their lives and strengthen their spiritual growth.
With the guidance and support of His Excellency, the President of Uganda, and Mama, the First Lady, we established Uganda Mothers Cooperative Limited. The cooperative was founded to empower women and families to prove and provide a platform of economic growth, financial inclusion, and social development.
The President says the NRM government has prioritized the empowerment of women initiatives in order to boost their business growth.
We have prioritized women empowerment and diversification of women entrepreneurship sources by establishing women projects in skilling and boosting their businesses through the Grow Financing Initiative. I have been able to contribute 500 million to the Circle of Mothers Union.
The Prime Minister delivered a damage check of 500 million shillings from the President towards the Buganda Mothers Union Cooperative Society and also launched the Buganda Mothers Union Cooperative Society.
Antumye n'agamba ndeete check eraga nti yatuukiriza. Bagireete ogwo omukolo ngukole. Mukama waffe President asuubiza ate n'atuukiriza. Njagala omusiima olw'okutuukiriza. Launched by His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni on 31st August 2025 at the annual Mothers Union Buganda Conference at Kabulasoke PTC, Central Buganda Diocese.
The Bishop of Central Buganda, Michael Rubowa, presided over the service, assisted by Bishop Emeritus Central Buganda, George Senabulia. Bishop Rubowa indicated his support towards the NRM party and President Museveni.
Senga bw'okiwulidde 2026 njagala kuwa assurance kife mu Central Buganda tuli naawe ate nze Bishop tuli naawe 2026 ekijja kijje si bangi abayimirira ky'okola n'obugalo butono naye nze nkikugambye oba bagamba bakole ki
Yomutukuvu. Thank you so much, Mami.
The First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Honorable Janet Kataha Museveni, has called upon the Church of Jesus Christ to uphold the nation in prayers during this time of transition. Let's take a look at the details.
In a message delivered by her personal Principal Secretary, Irene Taungwa Kauma, at the launch of the newly formed Christian Worshippers Association held at Jinja Christian Center Church, Mrs. Museveni commended Christians for their unity through the association, which she believes will transform worship into the Christian devotion.
It gives me a lot of joy and gratitude to God to know that God has a remnant that is still fighting for the restoration of true worship in the church and ultimately in our nation. Therefore, call upon you, the Church of Jesus Christ, to uphold our nation in prayer in this year of elections.
She, however, cautioned religious leaders against disunity based on political affiliations and decried the growing trend of turning worship into drama, urging them instead to embrace true worship as taught in the Bible.
Become instruments of peace, instruments of unity. Unite our people and do not divide them along denominations.
After officially launching the association, Mrs. Museveni handed over 30 million shillings to its leadership, encouraging them to extend the initiative across the country.
The reason why God gave me this vision is to unite worshippers in the whole world. Number 2 is to preserve the worship regions. Number 3 is to preserve number 3 is to teach and mentor the worship. Remember, in church worshippers will be not.
I'm so grateful to God that He has allowed me to see this day come to pass in my life, because I know that I've been created to worship and to live for a purpose. So I worship with passion and I live with a purpose.
On behalf of the Born Again Faith, Bishop Richard Chenda Kulia pledged full support for the newly launched association to ensure the success of its programs.
Natwayenda mama waife afuke mama wekitongole kino era twebaza Katonda olwaleero waire mwene tasoboire kuidaya abaire wano nife era yatukakasa ntaikiriza okuzaala ekitongole kino era ikiriza ekitongole kino kiwagira nokikuza nokinansinga pako kinatuuka okula.
The Vice Chairperson of the Local Government Finance Commission, Mariam Nalubega, has underscored the need to strengthen district and city land boards to settle land disputes. This was during negotiations for conditional grants under the Sustainable Urbanizing and Housing Program for the financial year 2026-27, facilitated by the Commission. Let's take a look.
The program, which brings together Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, the National Environment Management Authority, and Ministries of Education and Health, will address land protection, waste management, and urban planning.
People are titling it and selling it. Others are grabbing it. And this land, first of all, is supposed to be protected land. The wetlands, they are protected land. They're not supposed to be utilized for development in terms of infrastructure. For example, building their hotels or houses. They're supposed to be protected for the purpose of preserving the nature. So we are empowering now the districts to make sure that that land is protected.
And key programs of government. But I can assure you the attention in terms of funding that is given to this program does not show the need or where we want to be as a country. We have the face of the urban areas. Let it be in housing, let it be in physical planning, let it be in infrastructure development. But we are the second least funded program.
The Commission highlighted proper waste management strategies to avoid uncontrolled dumping, raised the need for investment in land and urban planning, calling for more funding for fiscal planning for urban authorities.
In this economy, 75% comes from the urban. But when the national cake is being cut, this program is considered almost the last. So shall that then give us the transformation we want to see? I don't believe so. So what am I saying here? That all of us who are here, I encourage you to be our ambassadors.
To see to it that we address this sustainable. And then the lower local governments, especially town councils, by the time we create an entity of that nature, it needed to have provisions for human excreta management sustainably, especially lagoons. So where we are not able to establish them at every sub-county or town council, we should move to the next level.
We improve coordination and identify exactly where we're starting from in order that we optimally utilize whatever. Actually, that university, I forget the name, they were saying that they have a small program where they are supporting the development of urban plans for some of the town councils and the like.
The President, Urban Authorities Association of Uganda, Dr. Wilson Sanya.
We need to notice that fiscal planning is a decentralized function, and both the center and the local government need to take responsibility. And currently, we have a new law, Fiscal Planning Act, which gives responsibility to a number of entities. And the paper is silent about the roles of the Minister of Local Government and also the Minister of, the National Planning Authority.
We should have started with fiscal planning. However, it's not late. We can always begin by planning, and then we make sure that the next people who are coming in the next exanja should focus more on fiscal planning. So it's better for us to have a legacy, leaving the handovers that we must have should be one where you're handing over to the next mayor a fiscal plan of Koboko Municipal, for example, or Jinja City.
The Local Government Finance Commission shift from a sector-based to a program-based approach in budget negotiations has created a platform for ministries, departments and agencies to ensure inclusivity and accountability in service delivery.
Gender-based violence and discrimination in workspaces has infringed on the rights of workers. A survey by Concept Africa team and the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development in partnership with Enabel shows that hospitality, tourism and agricultural sectors in the Albertine and Rwenzori regions rank high in abuses in workplaces. We have a detailed report in this regard.
The joint survey by the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development in partnership with the Belgian Agency for International Cooperation, Enabel, and implemented by Concept Africa team indicates that there is an upsurge in cases of discrimination and violence against women in hospitality, tourism and agriculture in the Albertine and Rwenzori regions.
The unawareness, of this kind of violence within the workplace, within the workspaces, and relatedly, the absence of support structures within, again, the same spaces, to be able to address this kind of violence. Of course, in the end, this affects productivity, but also affects decent work, in terms of work conditions for persons within the employment sector.
As part of this initiative, a communication campaign was undertaken by the project's consultant Concept Africa to address gender-based discrimination and violence.
When we look to the agriculture, hospitality and tourism sectors, the MAST report did indicate that in the hospitality sector, Sexual harassment was on high at around, that's 39%, and emotional violence at 41%, and when it comes to the tourism sector, sexual harassment was still on a high end at 20%.
The International Labour Organization set the agenda to wipe out gender-based violence and discrimination at places of work. And Uganda is a signatory to a number of ILO conventions, including C190.
The ILO developed an ILO Convention 190 that seeks to address issues of gender-based violence at the workplace, gender-based violence and harassment. So in August 2023, the government of Uganda ratified it, and now ILO is supporting the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, and that is the government, and also together with the workers' organizations and the Federation of Uganda Employers to put the convention in practice.
The 5-year thematic portfolio on social protection and decent work aims to improve the living conditions and resilience of vulnerable populations across the Great Lake regions by strengthening social protection systems, promoting decent work, and fostering inclusive socio-economic development.
In more news, the Ministry of Education and Sports, in partnership with UNESCO, has embarked on developing a school curriculum to address mental health challenges among learners and teachers. This follows the growing concern over the rising cases of mental disorders worldwide, with the World Health Organization estimating that by 2019, at least 970 million people were living with conditions such as anxiety and depression. Let's take a look.
We have been here developing guidelines for the implementation of mental well-being and sexual support in learning institutions. The participants in this room include technical staff from the Guidance and Counseling Department, led by their commissioner, who is in this room. Can you stand up for recognition? Staff, Guidance and Counseling Department.
I read in the guidelines that we guided the schools to have 1 hour a week for mental health and well-being. Definitely, that is what the people at the Directorate of Education standards call minimum standard. Issues of mental health and psychosocial support are our daily bread.
We looked at teachers first of all, and we realized that, look, the first point of contact that learners face in our school environments are the teachers. And if the teachers are not supported in terms of their well-being, then the situation is going to be worse. And we all recognize that in these 4 days or 5 days for now. As I presented, research is highlighting a lot of research, rather a lot of stress, burnout, emotional strain, and other effects that have being, then the situation is going to be worse. And we all recognize that in these 4 days or 5 days for now. As I presented, research is highlighting a lot of research, rather a lot of stress, burnout, emotional strain, and other effects that have come with the teaching efficacy, which is impacting on the overall well-being of our education fraternity. So in light of this, as UNESCO, want to say that we are very, very committed to support.
Mental health is with us. It's no longer demon, it's not spiritual. It is actually a science, and it is treatable. So many of the effects are treatable, and they are reversible, and people go back to contribute to the well-being of society who have disruptions. And I just came to close it. So I was telling them they should align with the international knowledge in terms of mental diseases. And I requested that UNICEF can fund source of information in form of literature and simplify it in simple forms, because mental diseases are part of our society. So the language used in mental diseases or well-being are not so complicated. they may turn it into social language, which is not medical, so that it is easy to be understood. Of course, I was calling them to realize that now we have about 15 learners in the education system.
The Bishop of Busoga Diocese, the Right Reverend Paul Naimanye, has applauded the government initiatives in the fight against poverty. During his farewell function at All Saints Church in Walukuba in Jinja City, he advised the flock to approach or to embrace government wealth creation programs. More details in this story.
Cipriano Mugarida, vicar of this church. We want to thank God for the Lord Bishop of this diocese, that Reverend Paul Moses Samson Naimane, for the great work done in this parish. This bishop has been our role model, our mentor, our friend. He has been our counselor. He has been everything to us as church ministers. As he is going to retire, we pray for him. May Almighty God protect him for us. And I urge all Christians of Busoga Diocese to go and, when he's in his retirement, to pay him a visit, to love him, to support him in his retirement.
Our government has bought services here for NIRA people to register again as is required by the government of Uganda. Two, I encourage people of God to work. If you don't work, the Bible says even eating will not eat. So it is important for everybody to work. There is no small job. Any work you do, so long as the work is not you are not committing a crime. Work, get money, and benefit from it.
We urge you, Christians, to fight poverty. Hard work pays. Let us embark on the slogan of our president. You know, the president is telling us not to work for Kida Chonga, but we should work for source of income, rather commercial farming. So I request you members to have commercial farming in everything that we do. May the good Lord bless you.
With Momo, you have the power to get loans a lot more easily and quickly on your phone. Dial *165*5# and choose from different loan options and borrow some money whenever you need it. And if you run out of money while paying, you can simply add co with Momo Advance. That's Momo. That's the power to be more.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
Honorable Fred Biamukama, Minister of State for Works and Transport in charge of transport, invites you to the second phase of the 4-acre model campaign in Greater Bunyoro sub-region. The event will take place at Nanweyu Primary School Playground, Behimba Road, on Saturday 20th September 2025 at 10 a.m. and will be graced by His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni. All residents, civil servants and leaders from the districts that make up Greater Hoima, Greater Masindi, Greater Chibale and neighboring areas are encouraged to attend in large numbers. This initiative, led by the President, aims to bring ordinary people into the money economy by showcasing farmers who have succeeded in the 1-acre model, 2-acre model, 3-acre model and 4-acre model. Join local leaders and residents in learning how small land can be used to enhance food security and socio-economic growth. Don't miss this opportunity to witness the transformative impact on local communities.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. Believers in Uganda are urged to put aside national differences and unite in faith. The Bishop Patrick Musoke was at the opening of Peniel Church in Kampala for the Eritrean and Ethiopian communities. He also praised President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for allowing freedom of worship. He recognized foreign nationals contributors to Uganda's economy, and the congregants, also led by Apostle Mahali Okubaya, thanked the President for the opportunity to pray freely. Bishop Julius Kinja called upon believers to reject discrimination and promote unity.
Also, we have more than 14 churches from Eritrea and Ethiopia. They are preaching the gospel, grace overflow, Peniel Church, Full Gospel Church, Code Word Gospel Mission, Kingdom Mission. These all churches are cooperatively preaching the gospel. I would like to appreciate the government of Uganda, who has created a conducive environment for preaching the gospel, making disciples of the all Eritrean Ethiopian refugees in Kampala.
I am the leader of Peniel Churching. As a visionary, I built this church, so I contribute and I prosper it to develop Uganda. We thank you, our brothers Ugandans, and I thank you, the people of Ugandans, and I thank you, the government of Uganda, to give us specialty hospitality. I really appreciate you. May God bless you forever and ever, Ugandan people. Amen.
Here to open up the Eritrean church, which is called the Peniel Church, and this Eritrean church, the Peniel Church, is being founded and headed by Apostle Mahali. So as a national fellowship of born-again Pentecostal churches, we embrace all these international communities and nationalities, and we accept and embrace them as part of the universal church. So here, because it's a growing community, we are here to open up and dedicate a new building for the Peniel Church, which is part of the Eritrean community. And we want to give thanks to the government of Uganda under the leadership of President Yoweri Museveni to accept all these nationalities, embrace them and accept them to be part of our nation, because they also contribute a lot.
Ugandans have been encouraged to establish family altars to strengthen their spiritual lives. This call was made by the Miracle Center Cathedral lead pastor Robert Kayanja during a 2-day prayer crusade at the Purification Family Altar Ministries International in Kabura, Liantonde, founded by the pastor Ezra Mugisha. Let's take a look.
The crusade attracted believers from Liantonde and neighboring areas who presented their needs and prayer requests. Themed in the fear of the Lord, wisdom begins. Pastor Kayanja delivered sermons encouraging spiritual growth and the practice of daily prayer at home.
If we serve the Lord, then we will possess the land, then we will develop the land, then we will grow the land. The children of Israel, were given the land. By the time Joshua came to power, it has been 490 years. 490 years. And they were not achieving the goal. So, to me, I think when he says that he has seen Egypt, he has seen the desert, now he said, no, we need to develop our own place.
He urged Ugandans, especially politicians, to uphold peace and unity.
I think people are forgetting we are family. People are forgetting, that's why this family altar is very important. People are forgetting that we are family. Because if I attack you, I beat you, like cases we already have. We have serious cases of serious people and who have been injured, beaten, and tomorrow is going to be your neighbor. He may even marry from your family. Let us not forget we are a family and we need Uganda as one.
Pastor Ezra Mugisha highlighted the spiritual importance of altars. Pastor Gideon Vyekwaso of Speckled Bird Ministries advised religious leaders to guide without division and called on youth and parents to actively participate in the forthcoming conversion crusade.
Kuva 2022 okutuusa omwaka guno buli mwaka gwonna bwe tubadde tubayita nga muzeeyi yajja mubadde mujja era ne mwanukula okwaniriza kwaffe era twagala kwebaza na muzeeyi nti buli bwe tubadde tumwaniriza bwonna abadde ajja era Katonda twagala kumwebaliza nti amukozeseza emirimu egy'amaanyi okusinga nnyo mu Western region ne Southern region ne East Africa yonna eri wano ku kifo kyono.
Get academic excellency and character excellency. And character can only be molded by the word of God. Therefore, parents, put the Bible before your children.
And in more news tonight, thousands of women have converged at Mukongoro in Kumi district for a national women's conference that drew believers from across the Pentecostal Assemblies of God, structured under the theme, Born at Such a Time as This, drawn from the book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 13. The gathering brought together pastors, church leaders, and development partners to inspire women in both faith and community transformation. These are the details.
Pastor Christine Mugabi of Watoto Church, the guest speaker at the conference, urged women to emulate the courage and character of Esther, who rose to leadership in a time of great need.
But it's also important for us to be rooted in Christ, the Word of God, and prayer. Esther, when the times were tough, when she had to face the king, she said, if I perish, I perish. And she went into the presence of a king, but before that she had to take 3 days praying and fasting. When we go through tough times as ladies, let us seek the face of the Lord. What is God saying? Take time to pray, take time to fast. I know that will also help us.
Presiding Bishop Simon Peter Emiawu encouraged women not only to pursue spiritual growth but also to actively engage in social and economic activities that can uplift their families and communities.
Lead these women into bringing cultural transformation. That cultural transformation, which is Christocentric, is always developmental. It is always experiential. It does many things, and it will bring growth into all the women that are in our community. So that's our desire all of this week.
Organizers noted that the conference was designed to address current challenges facing women in Uganda, with key messages tailored to promote empowerment, leadership, and resilience.
Enable women to know and become biblically established role models at home and in the society. For sure, when women are role models, even the girl child can pick on from there, and we'll find that the generation that will follow after that will be a generation of value, people of respect who fear the Lord in all what they do.
The event also attracted support from partners including Centenary Bank and Action Aid, underscoring the importance of partnerships in advancing women's role in church and society.
When I move from here, I will take it out and I will tell people that be like Esther, be of faith like Esther, like what Esther did. It really motivates me, and I know I'm going out there to Kotido. I have learned to love myself as a woman, and I'm very proud of myself.
The Kongoro meeting was part of the wider National Women's Conference held under the theme, biblical theme, born at such a time as this.
In more news, NRM coordinators in Wakiso district are laying strategies and mobilizing support for the NRM party. The coordinators seek to intensify grassroots engagements across the Wakiso district and including door-to-door campaigns, among other strategies. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
NRM coordinator in Wakiso and head of the Wakiso PLU, Musimeta Zenab, emphasized that their focus will be on showcasing the tangible progress and contributions made by the NRM government under the leadership of President Museveni.
President Museveni akarunenga bwe tugenda tukulira President Museveni byakoledde abantu awo basobole okuddamu mulaalo n'okumwongera akalulu.
Coordinators noted that this approach will help counter misinformation and highlight the realities of the movement that some politicians seek to downplay.
Naye twongeza amaanyi ogenda nga tusobola okugamba abantu akoze kino awo abaana abasomera bwereere ABCD.
Bino okungana lwaffe olunaku olwaleero kitebe kyaffe wano tunoonyeza President Museveni akalulu okulaba empenda engeri gyagenda okusigala mu ntebe oba engeri gyatukoledde nnungi nnyo ate abantu ne bagisiima. Ekintu kye baakola balaba mistake omwaka ogwaggwa oba ekisaanyi ekyaggwa abantu baffe baali baakola buli ne kuno Wakiso tugenda kugiwangulira waggulu.
In addition, the team unveiled the Zanyo Reconciliation Initiative Limited under PLU, designed to support communities in overcoming challenges and finding lasting solutions.
Tetuwanga tusanga obuzibu obw'enjawulo kwe tusalawo ne tukola kampani tubeereko obuntu obwo obutonotono abantu bwe bajja nga bakaaba tusobola okubayamba.
Ne tuwandiisayo kampani zayo nga esobola okuyamba oyo omuntu naye nga tuli mu mateeka. Kati tusobola okuyambira ddala omuntu mu mateeka ate nga tukolera wansi ya PLU. Nga tubadde ne kampani twasalawo okuwandiisa tubadde tufunamu obuzibu nga tuyamba abantu ba bulijjo aba wansi.
Certified by URSP.
Speaking at the same gathering, Nuhu Yowab, Executive Board Chairman of the NRM National Coordinators Forum, urged the team to remain disciplined, committed and exemplary as they carry forward the party's message.
Mukole ebyo abakulembeze bammwe bye babaka okukola sobole ffenna okutuuka gye tulaga.
More in our news tonight, the Vice President, retired Major Jessica Alupo, has commended institutions of higher learning to implement the Ministry of Education's policy on vocational skills. This was contained in a speech read for her by the State Minister for Higher Education, Dr. J.C. Muyingo, at the 18th graduation ceremony of Makerere Institute for Social Development in Kampala.
Over 600 graduates, among them 91 were police officers, have graduated at the 18th graduation ceremony of Makerere Institute for Social Development in Kampala. State Minister for Higher Education, Dr. Jesse Muyingo, represented the Vice President, retired Major Jessica Alupo. In the speech read to her by Minister Dr. Jesse Muyingo, the Vice President emphasized implementing the Ministry of Education policy. She also appealed to the graduates to utilize the skills and knowledge to create jobs.
Politics to divide you up. Is it really necessary to box your fellow Ugandan just because of politics, because of winning a vote. It's not necessary. Go, you people who have gone to school, and make a difference in our lives. Go and tell those people. First of all, participate in the coming elections. Participate by listening in, talking to them. When they come to talk, listen to those politicians.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Moses Byabajje said the training will reduce on the budget of recruiting professionals in the Uganda police.
Issues out there of recruiting professionals, and this has been affecting the budget, the national budget, and sometimes we could not get professionals that maybe we need because some of them would shy to do or go for training. But at this point in time, once again, allow me thank the institution because they have helped us to have professionals among ourselves.
Principal of the Institute, Mireke Mugisha, highlighted the role of private institutions for the investment to support this sector.
The work is going to be easy and be more effective than they have been. They are no longer going to learn about the wrong elements, but now they can sit and get it tactfully and then their hands.
Some of the police officers who graduated appreciated the training.
First of all, I have qualifications in architecture, so this diploma in project planning helped me in applying for tenders, writing proposals, so that's so beneficial to me.
I would love to thank the institution for this opportunity given to us as police officers to pursue our dreams, and the knowledge added on us will help us in our daily work.
The field of investigative journalism, and I work at the Department of Investigations, so I believe it's going to increase on my skills of investigations, achieve what the force must achieve.
I've been picked from operations FFU and 99 for 11 years. So with the new knowledge that I've acquired, I'm sure I'm going to add to the force as an expert.
And in more news, Jinja City's Deputy Speaker, Serena Chakwaire, has decried the increasing mortality rates in Busoga region caused by poor access to medical care. She was launching a fundraising drive for an ultrasound machine for expectant mothers in Chivubuka, Jinja City. A member of Parliament in Health Committee, Timothy Batwa, told UBC that the fundraising drive comes amidst government intervention in the health sector, with Jinja Hospital so far handling minor heart surgeries.
Many people expected, they didn't expect me to organize the Thanksgiving ceremony because I did not make it in the NRM primaries. But that is not the end of it all. It is because of God that I lost it. So I appreciate whatever I have. And I use this particular platform to mobilize, to fundraise for a very, very important thing for the women in Jinja City. Remember, I've been participating in helping women to get ultra-free sound scan services. And right now I've started fundraising for the machine which is going to help the Jinja City. This machine is going to be bought by me, helped by the friends. It is started today, and I know very many people will come on board to help and support. We need to buy such machines almost in every hospital, in all health centers, because many women out there are dying during giving birth because they don't access such services like ultrasound services. Remember, it is too expensive. The cheapest in Jinja City is 30,000. There are very many women in Mafobira here, very many women in Budonda and Walukuba who can't afford 30,000 to go for a scan.
Scan, it helps those mothers to know what she is having in her womb. So that's the little I can explain about the scan. But the scan, I think, is a very good idea because she has been doing all this.
Ndija kuwa olupapula lwonoyeta ebaluwa ngeri kuva mu ministry eya health ngeri kulaga nti obukalire 375 obukalire million 375 375 million. Baduwaire ekitongole kya UPDF kyebeta engineering brigade ngekyo nekitongole ekizimba buli gavumenti bweri kuzimba ekyo ekitongole nekikola ki nekizimba ifeere bwe tubisa sente aba ministry badigema baduwa ekitongole ekyo bakoba nti mujje mu kifo ekyo muzimbe mu bumpimpi mbisisa sente bizimba ebyo byekimaka.
In more news tonight, the Sickle Cell organization in Uganda have called upon government to subsidize the hydroxyurea drugs, which is a sickle cell disease life-changing medication. Let's take a look.
In Uganda, around 25,000 babies are born with sickle cell annually, and about 80% of these babies hardly celebrate their 5th birthday. This is mainly as a result of the expense involved in securing hydroxyurea, which is an oral disease-modifying medication that reduces pain and the need for blood transfusions. During a blood donation campaign organized by Caris Medical Center in Chanja, it was noticed that besides unaffordability of the drugs, the availability of blood is an essential component needed by sickle cell warriors in the struggle to survive.
Currently, we have issues which are related to lack of hydroxyurea, which is a life-changing medication across the country. Hydroxyurea, their prices are still expensive and quite high. Which somebody deep down, probably, let me say, in Ramushunshu, in Kabale, cannot easily afford, because each tablet is close to about 800 to 2,500 shillings. Somebody deep down in the village cannot afford 800 or 2,500 shillings on a daily. So we have been trying to advocate and push government to make sure that can we have a price subsidy on all this medication so that there is better care, better access and affordability for this medication.
Currently, 450,000 units of blood are needed to manage the deficit in the country.
Because this is extremely important, and Chanja is a small community and people can come from Tinda, Gayaza, but there is a way in which we can help the country here, and this is helping ourselves too, because I'm telling you, one day you and I might be needing that pint of blood.
This blood donation drive, championed by Caris Medical Center, is expected to collect over 500 units of blood.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Group together with MTN present Alive in the Park, the big party on the 12th of September at the Millennium Park, Lugogo. This year's Family Fun Park Festival features performances by Pompey, Esther Chungu, Teresa Pondo, and your top Ugandan gospel artists. Tickets are 30k ordinary, 70k VIP, and 150k for VVIP. What of the elephant? Alibaba tickets are available at 20k ordinary and 50k VIP for a limited time. Gates open at 12 p.m. To buy your ticket, dial *165 *20# and buy your ticket from MTN Momo. Live in the Park is powered by Uganda Airlines, Safe Border, Cooksy Ice Cream, Kampala Serena Hotel, Zeti Inubia, and
MTN. Together, we're unstoppable.
The principal, Health Tutors College Mulago, invites applications for admission to a 3-year Bachelor of Medical Education and a 1-year higher diploma in clinical instruction programs for the 2025-2026 academic year. Both programs are awarded by Makerere University. The Bachelor of Medical Education degree program is offered to equip health tutors with competencies for teaching, managing health training institutions, providing primary healthcare services, participating in health professional education and research. The Higher Diploma in Clinical Instruction program aims at producing multi-skilled clinical instructors who are willing and ready to support students right from the training institution to the health facility for optimal practical skill acquisition. Application is online for all applicants effective 20th August 2025. More relevant information can be obtained from Health Tutors College, Mulago. The closing date will be 3rd September 2025.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. Muslim women from Wakiso and neighboring areas have been trained on strengthening marriages and reducing domestic violence to build stronger families and also raising morally upright children. The training was part of a Muslim women conference held at Raihana Junior School in Nansana, Wakiso district. Let's have a look at the details.
The event attracted women leaders, community figures and special guests from Egypt. Participants learned about the causes of domestic violence and practical steps to protect their families.
I have learned in this dance is to fear God. It's about that we should respect our husbands and we help them whatever they are doing. We take care about their properties.
Shekat Radia Namakula, woman MP aspirant for Wakiso, urged women to raise moral children for better communities.
My single message was that you do your part. Ladies, do your part. Husbands, do your part. Children, do your part. Once you do your part, don't care whether your friend has done his or he doesn't. Just do your part, everything will be okay. The problem is that we cross over. We want to tell everybody, haven't you done this? Now that you have not eaten the food, I'll not cook. You cook the food, leave it there, and everything will be fine.
Yusuf Lutakome, director of Raihana Junior School, advised women to care for their husbands to receive love and support in return. Sheikh Arias Chigozi encouraged self-confidence, urged government support for Muslim women and called on parents to guide children away from hate politics.
We are aiming to uplift the Muslim community, more especially in women or in the female side. A lot of families have been destroyed. A lot of families are suffering just because the mothers are not well trained, are not well guided to way of living. I myself, I believe I'm the best in everything. It's what we call upon to everyone, the mothers at their home, to believe that they are best in everything. They are best in look, they are best in preparation, they are best in their beauty, they are best in their way of living. In time of elections, I call upon the Muslim mothers to talk to their families, their kids at home, so that they can be they can cooperate and participate in elections in a very peaceful manner and very humble way.
Egyptian guests offered spiritual inspiration with Quran recitations.
وأمنا زينب وأمنا ماريا.
And in more news, Uganda National Association of Builders, Suppliers and Engineering Contractors has started trainings to empower women in construction and infrastructure with digital upgrade. This is a nationwide initiative on bridging the digital divide in women and construction and infrastructure, pointing towards inclusion and innovation in the construction industry, offering specialized training in cybersecurity, robotics and artificial intelligence.
Construction and infrastructure is the disparity in the numbers between men and women, and one of the hindrances to the growth of women in construction and infrastructure is because it's perceived to be a sector that needs a lot of hard work and it is physical labor intensive. However, by this training, we want to show that we can digitalize, we can use machinery, we can use technology to make all of these skills and tasks to be easy, whether you're a man or you're a woman. So we are happy today to say that we are launching this training to get digital tools that can equip these women to equally execute like their male counterparts.
Today we are talking to women in tech and women in construction. The gap is beyond cybersecurity. It's societal, it's infrastructure, it's in a professional setting. And most people, as much as these women in tech are using these digital skills, some of them are not aware of the online threats that are going around in their work. Same thing for women in construction as they are doing these procurement, if they are going through their processes of procurement and payrolls. They may not observe the threats that come along with working online and sending these documents all across. So that's what we're trying to address and making them aware of this.
To volunteer for this training, and quite frankly we have faced a lot of challenges trying to bridge the gap between technology and engineering problems, especially with how the curriculum does not exactly fit in to the current growing world. And this training is giving me the opportunity to learn about robotics, to learn about AI, just the basics, so that I can see how to become relevant in the problems and to become a part of the solution.
And in Kagadi, over 1,000 women have been trained in skills development and mindset change to boost empowerment and community transformation. UBC TV correspondent Musinguzi Andrew reports.
The Women's Conference at St. Mary's Kagadi Catholic Parish drew participants from 8 districts in Bunyoro sub-region.
These women, they are hardworking, they have their center in the making, they are setting up a center, skills center. Please let the government come and help this center. These were some of the key highlights.
The training focused on mindset change, skills development and home management.
And one of the topics was talking about mindset change for transformation, community transformation, for sustainable development and community transformation.
The conference ended with fundraising for the center, collecting over 5 million shillings.
To our President, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for the good programs that he's always bringing to us. The only challenge we have is that some programs, there are some problems. Now let me give you an example of GROW. I've not had any woman from Kagadi here benefiting from GROW. In our whole district, no one, and we know that that money came. It seems that money came to very big unknown people, but we at grass level, at our level, no one, I've not had anyone getting that money.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News. We now take you into the world of sports. The 2025 Johnny Walker Uganda Open Golf Championship has witnessed an intriguing round that decided the Uganda Ladies Open winner at the Mark Lugazi Hills Golf and Country Club. Let's take a look with John Barnes Sentamo.
After 3 days of a close contest, Kenyan Mercy Nyachama edged others to win the 74th Johnny Walker Uganda Ladies Open Golf Championship. The Kenyan, who came off third position after day one, needed strong nerves to outlast Tanzania's Nemi Olomi in a sudden death on the par 3 hole 8. Both players had finished 54 holes with 230 gross and needed a playoff during which both scored par on the first attempt before Nyachama's pass set her apart after Olomi bogeyed on the second sudden death.
I'm very excited. This is my first time to win the Uganda Ladies Open. I've been coming here, but maybe I finished second, third, but finally I've been the winner. Yes, I'm very excited.
The fashion by which you won, sudden death both ends. How would you describe the emotions and the actions?
At first, I was feeling pressured because I didn't know we will be like playing the playoff, but I managed. Yes.
Uganda's Martha Babidi in third was 3 shots off the winner. Kenya's Ashley Owol finished fourth, while reigning champion Tanzanian Idi Madina was fifth. There was a special mention to Lugazi homegrown Winnie Musuya, who finished sixth in this Johnny Walker-sponsored golf championship, while Christine Obo won the ladies' bronze category.
So excited as we have this ladies open. As you know, it's all about Johnny Walker, it's all about the ladies open, and there was no better fit than to have a She Walks experience tonight, just celebrating the different journeys of women who are scaling hills in hills, not just in Uganda, but in East Africa and beyond. And personally, I'm really, really proud of the different steps that the different women here, not just the women in golf, but the different women out there, the stories of progress that we keep shining a spotlight on. As you know, Johnny Walker is a brand that represents progress. We celebrate every journey that people make out there. And so that's what She Walks is all about. Whether it's just being resilient, whether it's mastering your craft, that's what we celebrate. And we want every woman out there to know that your story matters.
The 2025 Johnny Walker Uganda Open Championship continues with the 84th Amateur Open that tees off on Wednesday at the Lugazi Hills Golf and Country Club.
All right, we'll allow...
All right, Ugandans turned up at Kololo Independence Grounds and in major towns across the country for the 14th edition of the Rotary Cancer Run on the theme, Many Cancers, One Race. The run targets raising funds to complete 2 bunkers to house modern linear accelerator cancer treatment machines at the Rotary Cancer Center and Zambia Hospital. Centenary Bank contributed over 600 million shillings this year, bringing its total support to more than 3 billion shillings across all 14 editions. The run rallies the nation in the fight against cancer.
I wish to thank all the sponsors, because without the sponsors, we would not have been here. But most important of all is all of you, the participants. Thank you for coming. The chair for this year is a very special woman. Chair Rita and your team, super job done. My colleagues, fellow Rotary leaders, thank you for walking this journey with me all the way until today. Now we have a group of Rotarians from Kenya, District 9212. They came 2 days ago just to come here and run, and are here. Thank you very much for coming, for joining us. We've had the run this year happening on each and every continent. So we need to say thank you. Thank you once again, Rita. Last year, we were in Lugogo, and you announced that you had raised 2.1 billion shillings. And therefore we told Chair Rita that you have no choice. You just have to continue going up. From 1 to 2, you must hit 3. Allow me to announce the results.
First of all, we would like to thank Bakari.
All right, that brings us to the end of our UBC News Tonight this weekend. It's really been a lovely weekend. I've enjoyed it with you all, especially the team at the TikTok account. Thank you very much. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark. Dorothy Namuyomba is on sign language. And also do remember, I am styled by the mighty Lavi Boutique, located on Grand Imperial Hotel, shop number 6 and 8, right behind Bank of Uganda. Go get yourselves some menswear and you will be dressed to thrill. Have yourselves a lovely week.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
I'm Father Joseph Muchibi, the Director of Communications and Public Relations, Kampala Archdiocese. Dear people of God, may the mercies of God be with you always. On behalf of His Grace, Jose Mogerere, the Archbishop of Kampala, I convey warm and Christian greetings to the general public. Lubaga Cathedral, the seat of the esteemed Archdiocese, has made a centenary jubilee since her consecration in 1925. This is a sign of God's presence and mercy among His people. The centenary celebration